Hey everyone, it's Kat with Fate and Flame. I feel like I haven't talked to you all in so long and I have been missing you. And I have been working really hard on my products and making things, inventing new things. And it has been taking up a lot of my time, but in a really good way. So today I thought it would be fun to do an order packing video and check in with you all, see how you're doing, and update you on what's been going on with me. So today I have 2 different orders that I'm going to pack up, and we will get into that. So first order, I have 2 black salts with silver spoons to pack up for my first customer. I make these with a detachable spoon charm that comes on an elastic cord, and then the cork pops right off and it can be spooned out. I thought that these were a fun addition because not only is it kind of cute, but it's also functional. And for me, if it's cute, that's great. But if it's not functional, then I don't really understand the point. So I designed these in a way that I thought would be useful for everyone. And these 2 are the last ones that I have with the silver spoon charm. I'm going to have to make some more elastic cords, attach the charms, and then rebottle some so that there can be more silver spoons to go around. I do have some with bronze spoons, but the silver seems to be everybody's favorite right now. And I wrap all my products with tissue paper. I try to make it pretty, like it's going to be like opening a present. However, I'm not an expert gift wrapper, so I just do the best that I can, use pretty colors, use pretty stickers, and that kind of thing. Let's see. And I print all these stickers myself. These are pictures of different services that I offer, that I have done for others, also different solstice offerings and things like that. And so I'm infusing the picture and that sacred energy into my order. And you know, I forgot I was going to do something before I started packing. So I'll finish this one up real quick. Okay, and then I will do the things. All right, so what I was going to do before I began everything, I was going to spray all of my order area with my Florida water. This is an instant energy uplift, and I think it will infuse some good energy into what we are doing today. You only need like a little bit. It's pretty potent energy wise, and it comes with a fine mist sprayer. So even if you love to spray it as much as I do, it still lasts a pretty long time. And I'm also going to use some Mercury Retrograde relief oil on one of my full moon candle tea lights. I don't sell the tea lights. I do send the tea lights as free samples with orders. Just depends on which tea lights I have in stock. But it is Mercury retrograde right now, and Mars also went retrograde. So we definitely want to make sure that these orders get to where they are going to in a timely manner, especially because it's the holidays and the post office and deliveries can be kind of slow anyway during this time. So good energy for our orders and making sure everything gets where it needs to whom it needs to, and may they be sent a blessing as well. There we go. Okay, now we can continue. We have 1 black salt wrapped. Let's go ahead and wrap the other one. I hope y'all have been doing well. There's been some crazy energy the last couple of months for sure. and kind of just a lot of emotional energy also. Mars was in Cancer, and although I'm not a big, Cancers are super emotional and blah, blah, blah kind of person, Mars in Cancer, for me, it hits different. It is a little bit more emotional, and I feel like emotions have been kind of high, positive, negative, everything in between, which kind of makes it a little bit confusing for lots of folks. And like I said, I personally have been channeling just pretty much all of my energy into making my products and transmuting any kind of funky energy that I've personally been feeling floating around. And, with the different changes we've got going on, it's been a very good outlet for me. So this is our first order. This one is pretty much ready to go. Now I'm going to make sure that they do not break. I use all recycled materials with packing. So I use boxes that have been sent to me that I've ordered from. I use bubble wrap that has been sent to me in different things that I have ordered, different packages and things like that. And, less waste that way, and it's better for the environment. So first I'm going to actually get some scissors. All right, this is too long, so let's cut this up. There we go. And I'm gonna wrap this one with the bubbles facing in, like this. Okay. And we're going to tape her up. There we go. I hope I finished these in time. I got my little setup going because I really wanted to make a video and talk to y'all. However, I am running a little bit short on time as far as the post office is concerned, so we'll just see how it goes. I try to make these look like a gift when they're being opened. There we go. Got some black glittery tissue paper. It's sparkly, but it's not the kind of glitter that just falls out everywhere and creates issues. So I'm okay with that. If it did leave a bunch of glitter everywhere, I would not be as big of a fan of this tissue paper as I am. All right, now for this guy or gal, I'm not going to gender my salt here. I'm going to cut this. There we go. My black salt has been a customer favorite these last couple of months, and it's actually one of my most gifted items. Like, I have gifted this to many different people over the years. I've recommended this to many different clients and friends over the years. It's basically like an energetic security system. It's great for warding, protection, boundaries, also good for banishing. Mine, I make it a little bit different because not only do I use black salt and sea salt, I also use the ashes of ritually burned protective herbs inside of it. And I put all of it in my big cast iron black cauldron, and I mix it up with oils. I put Reiki in it, and I put little pieces of iron, and iron is very protective, and it's like a little bit of armor in the salt itself. And it's one of my personal favorites. I don't make or sell anything that I do not personally use and recommend myself. You know, I don't make things and sell them just to make extra cash or just for funsies. I mean, it is fun, right? But I don't do it for fun. I do things because I think that it will help others, and because I think it's functional and not just something that's easy to make and, you know, and pretty. It has to be functional, like I was saying before. That extends into my handmade creations as well. Okay, so we have this all packed in here. I have a little bit of space to add a freebie, and I am gonna do just that. I have a full moon tea light right here, and I'm gonna add a business card right here. If you all haven't been to my website yet, I get a lot of orders on Etsy, but my website offers lower prices because Etsy charges quite a few fees. And not only that, the shipping on Etsy is higher than it would be elsewhere, which causes some, you know, some increase in price that you don't necessarily have to pay. You can use PayPal on my website if you want to use something that's like a secure payer, but I use Shopify, which it has secure payment processing for a bunch of different payment methods. So, all right, there's that one. And now I'm going to put in the packing slip. Just a moment. All right, I am folding up my packing slip right now. I usually write a little note along with the freebie, mentioning the freebie that I included in the order. You know, I feel like it's a nice personal touch. I love it when I get notes in the things that I order. It tells me that that person is paying attention and that they cared enough to write me something personal. And so here we go. We are going to stick that right in here. All right. I'm going to fold this all up right here. Wouldn't it be cute to put a sticker right here? Oh my gosh, I think that it would. What kind of sticker do we want? I think that we should do red because, you know, it is Xmas Yule season and red is a whole vibe right now. So I'm going to use this this Crown of Success red skull candle work that I did a while back. And isn't that cute? All right. So now we are going to close this up right here. And I am going to tape it up. All right, and now that it's all taped up, the packing slip is going to go right here, so it'll kind of cover where the old label used to be, and it'll look a little bit nicer. I am going to add a cute little Magic Mail Black Kitty sticker. I love adding these. I think they're just so cute. And I'm also going to add a fragile sticker just so it doesn't get used, you know, as a football or whatever it is they do at the post office. We don't know, right? So these boxes are pretty sturdy. I don't ever use bubble mailers or things like that if I'm mailing something with glass, and a lot of my products do have glass. So this is what it looks like. I am going to put like another little fragile sticker over here because, you know, symmetry. And I want to put another little kitty cat over here. So once this one has its not packing slip, but its shipping label, it'll be all ready to go. So this one is done. All right, so we are going to check this off. This one is complete, the 2 black salts with silver spoons. So we are going to move on to the big order. Yay. I was so excited when this order came in, and as we're packing it together, I will tell you why. First reason why is because it was a big order and it contained some new products that I just made. And oh my gosh, as I was just talking, somebody else just placed another order. Hold on, I'm going to check that real quick. I don't know where the last video left off, but I just got another order in from the same customer that bought the order that I'm about to pack. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pack all of it together for her so that I can do a little bit of a shipping refund, and also so she can have all of her stuff in one package. So that'll be a nice little surprise for her. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add to this right here. She ordered a Morrigan candle and one Bive candle as well. There's a bunch of products in this next order, and I can't wait to tell you all about them and show you my art. That's how I feel about them. I really don't feel like they're products. I feel like it's my art, basically. So we need to get a bigger box. So hold on just a moment. All right, so we've got our bigger box. I hope that this is enough space. I am going to be shipping an order with a lot of glass in it, so we are going to be using hella bubble wrap, and I need to put this down while I wrap everything out. All right, getting a little bit cluttered over here. All right, I need to hurry up. Okay, so the first thing that this customer ordered was, or the new order rather, so she went ahead and just bought a Morrigan candle as well as a Bive candle. If you watch my channel, then you already know that I work with the Morrigan a lot. I am a priestess of the Morrigan, and we do oracular work together, which is one of the big reasons why I even have a YouTube channel. It is an act of service to the Great Queen herself. All right. So I make these by hand. I have been making them for years. This is probably my most popular product. I infuse this candle and all of my deity candles really with their crystal botanical invocation oil, and I will show you that. So this is my crystal and botanical infused invocation oil for the Morrigan. It has red jasper, it has black onyx, it has hawthorn berries, and it also has star anise and some other really good yummy things inside of it. So one of the reasons why I did a whole rebrand, it's not only for these labels right here and designing them, that was pretty fun. It's also because I wanted to stop putting herbs and burnable, flammable things in candles that are this narrow. And, you know, it's a beautiful shaped vessel, right? I love the vigil candle shape and how tall and slender they are. But at the same time, when you have something that is this narrow and you add blessed herbs inside of it, they will catch fire. Absolutely, they will. And I tried to really, for many years, I put them on the side so that they didn't get close to the wick. But you know, if something is burning on somebody's altar, those herbs can float. And although you're not supposed to leave a burning candle unattended, I'm sure that people do, you know, it might happen, might get distracted. There's tons of reasons why. And so that's something that I wanted to kind of move away from. Not that I never put herbs in my candles. I do. I just attach them to the side of the glass if it is a wider candle, which I'll show you that in a minute, because one of the orders, or one of the products that this customer ordered has an example of that. But for now, we are going to wrap this candle here. All right. I try to make sure that there's no fingerprints on the glass or anything like that. I'm very meticulous in how I send these glass candles and really anything that is glass. So we are gonna wrap this Morrigan candle all nice and pretty. And I don't know if I finished my story, but I infuse all my deity candles with their invocation oils so that crystal and botanical energy is already in the candle itself. and it doesn't necessarily need the herbs near the wick in order to get that energy. All right, let me see here. We are going to grab some stickers. Which stickers should we use? I feel like for a Morrigan candle, I want to use this sticker here, which is an altar that I made to the Morrigan on Beltane some years back. It just turned out so pretty. And if you can see here, this is one of her older candle versions that had her image on it. And I find that not everyone resonates with the image on a candle label, and sometimes people have their own interpretation of what the Morrigans or what another deity's essence is and what they look like, how they appear to that particular person. And so I just left the name on the label with some symbols associated with the Morrigan and with those deities. So this is what the wrapped candle looks like. And now we're gonna bubble wrap it. All right, let's put that here. And because this order does have hella glass, I am going to do plenty of bubble wrap and make sure that it is good to go. All right. Make sure nice and thick. How's that? Yeah, that feels good. All right. So we'll do that. And put that here. All right, so now we're going to tape this up. Where's my tape? Over here. And we are going to put that right in here. All right, and now we're going to do our other vigil candle. All right. So now we have a vigil candle for Bive Katha. She is the Morrigan's sister. Other parts of the lore also say that she is an aspect or, another a version of the Morrigan, so to speak. For me and my personal gnosis, Bive is her own goddess. And there's some stories in the lore that I really love about Bive. She curses a corrupt king. Like she dresses as a lady of the evening, right? And she shows up to this king's camp. And part of his gesh, or his promises to the divine as a king, is to never accept a lady of the evening past a certain time or something along those lines. And she basically convinces him to. And once she's in camp and she spends the night with him, she, as she's leaving, she does this ritual dance and curses him to fall. And she does it in front of his other men, and they're all uncomfortable. Like they all feel haunted by the ritual dance she did and the curse that she laid down. And it's just badass. Like she's a feral sorceress, prophetess energy. And she, like the Morrigan, is also a goddess of war. So this is her wrapped candle. And I'll go ahead and show you Bive's oil real quick too. And so this is the oil that I use to infuse Bive's invocation candle. This one has smoky quartz. It has snowflake obsidian. It has oak moss, patchouli, and some other good stuff in here. And as you can see, this is my own personal bottle. Both of these are, because I use them to infuse the candles. And this one is also, like my black salt, excellent for warding. Bive is most definitely a protectress, and it's an excellent thing to put in protection spells or on doors and windows, that kind of thing. You could put it in spell jars. She has a very fierce energy. She has an intense energy, and intense isn't a bad thing, especially when you are looking for some protection, right? All right, so we are going to wrap this one in some bubble wrap. And then we are going to put this one in the box as well. I am just so excited that another order came right in, right as I was about to pack this customer's first order. And thinking about it, it kind of makes me think that it has something to do with this candle and Mercury retrograde relief oil that I'm using, because this formula specifically, it has blessings inside of it to manifest past good deeds into success now. And as I said, this is a returning customer, and I feel like this oil just popped off right in front of y'all for the video and for me. And I'm so grateful. Thank you, Mercury. Mercury is in retrograde, but as you might be aware, Mercury retrograde is all about bringing the past forward. And it's not just past lessons, it's past seeds that we have sown. And although Mercury retrograde gets a bad rap for bringing past lessons like exes and, different lessons that we've learned, people we've let go of, that kind of thing, maybe past bosses offering us a job when we know damn well that work environment is toxic, that kind of stuff. That's what Mercury retrograde gets a reputation for. It's not just that. Mercury retrograde can also bring blessings. It can also manifest past good deeds into success right now. And I really wanted to capture that in this oil that I created for Mercury retrograde relief, because I feel like, we could all use a little bit of boost of success right now. And why not use Mercury retrograde as a time to bring forward good past deeds and make them into a blessing right now? So there is an element of manifestation with that ritual oil. Okay, so we have Bive's candle all wrapped up. And now we're going to move on to the next product, which is the one that I was really excited to show y'all. Well, I'm excited for all of them, but this one is my Yuletide solstice candle. I am so excited to be making solstice and Sabbath candles and oils now. And so when I was talking about how I'm making candles without herbs, if they're tall and narrow for these, because this one is a little bit more stout and wide, I attached a cinnamon stick and a dried orange peel and a piece of star anise to the inside of the glass here. And then I poured the candle. And of course, this candle, like my others, this one is also infused with its companion ritual oil, which this customer also purchased, my Yuletide solstice oil. This has a bunch of good energy in it. It has cinnamon stick, which a folk magic tradition with cinnamon is to blow cinnamon through your front door on the first of the month to bring in blessings, money, success, prosperity, abundance, also love and friendship. Cinnamon's associated with attraction and manifestation and abundant good energy. Also, the spice and the sweetness to cinnamon it draws in positive energy, sweet energy, good energy. So it has that in. It also has mistletoe. Mistletoe is a sacred herb that in ancient times was used for good health and warding away evil. And so all of these good things and more are infused into this oil. I'm going to put this right here because I'm going to pack it in the order. It's infused into the oil, which is then infused into the candle. And this candle has cured for 5 days or more, which means that the fragrance is ready. It's popping. So I haven't smelled it yet. I'm going to smell it. Oh my gosh. So it smells so good. In my description online, I put that it's like a mulled wine scent, but it's more developed than that. Like there's different layers to it. It's a little sweet, it's spicy, it's fruity. There's apple cider, there's cinnamon, there's clove, there's cranberry, and a little bit of plum as well. A little bit of plum has developed. So it smells fantastic. And I cannot wait to send this one off and put one on my altar for burning this Yule season. All right, so here's this. Let's pick a sticker for this one. I feel like because it's a red candle, I want to do green here. So I'm going to take this. And all of the candle workings that you see on these stickers, these are all positive candle workings that I have done. This one, I believe, was for money and abundance, hence the green. So let's bless our customer with some of that abundant energy here. All right, so now that we have it wrapped, we are gonna bubble wrap it. Bubble wrap, bubble wrap. This order is definitely going to be getting fragile stickers on the box for sure. All right. Lots of glass. I love using glass though, because it just makes so much fun to reuse. Everything that I make, for the most part, can be reused, which I'll have to make another video about how to reuse and how to clean out the oil bottles and the candle jars, because there is an art form to it. It's not too difficult, but you know, witches be loving bottles and jars. So for those of you who are interested in reusing these, you totally can. The only thing that you'll need is some rubbing alcohol, like a sink, some water, and a freezer if we're using a candle jar, which I'll explain if I do that video. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below. Alrighty, we have our Yule-tide solstice candle all packed up, wrapped in bubble wrap. So this one is ready to go. And we are going to move on to the first smaller item. All right, so we are going to take this Florida water, which is the next smaller item in this order. I think it's all just smaller oils after this one. But like I was saying, this spray it's different than traditional Florida water. But at the same time, it contains traditional components of Florida water inside of it. It's a formula that I have been perfecting over the years. And I think this one I want to do this sticker right here to bless the energy of this Florida water. And I'm going to wrap it like this here. So I make my Florida water not only with the bergamot fruit that I grow in my garden, I also make it with moon water, which I bless on my garden altar. So I take purified water, I get a big jug, and then I try to make it every full moon or so, and I let it sit in the moonlight. And then I take it in and I do things with it. It's really good for cleansing. It's really good for healing and nourishing. And then, let's see, we need to do bubble wrap for this one too, because it is glass, although black glass. And we are going to wrap this one up. It also smells really, really good. It's like a bright citrus scent with some fresh herbs as well. Really what makes this Florida water pop and why I use it so often, like I have to be careful not to use all of it because like I have to make a different batch for myself because I use it personally, but also professionally when I am doing work for others. It's a very versatile tool. So if you live in a space or work in a space where you can't burn herbs or stuff like that to cleanse, this Florida water spray is an excellent substitute for that because it does cleanse, but it also blesses. And as you may be aware, anytime you cleanse, nature abhors a vacuum. So it's good to seal in the cleansed energy, that open space that you've created with something good, and infuse it with something good. And this Florida water is designed to do that. And this one is all wrapped up and ready to go. So we will move on to the oils of this order. All right, so the first oil that we are going to pack up, we have a 1/2 ounce of Mercury Retrograde Relief Oil. This oil is on my website. It's also on Etsy. If you want to see the positive reviews of my products and things like that, those are all on Etsy. If you want a little bit of a discount on your order, then I recommend ordering from my website, fateandflame.com, so you don't have to pay the Etsy fees. All right, so we are going to wrap this Mercury Retrograde Relief Oil, and we are going to make it nice and pretty. There we go. There we go. So this, because it's a weird shape, I am actually going to go ahead and tape it. But of course it gets a sticker. Of course, because we want it to be pretty, don't we? Well, I want it to be pretty. I like the idea of my customers getting their order and being able to open it up like a gift. That's, that just seems more special and more meaningful to me. So we are going to put this right here. This is the photo that I'm currently using on one of my listings, the Spellwork consultation, which is essentially, it's a reading, but it is all about consulting divination for the spell work that you're considering doing. It is always good to know what your obstacles are, what you're up against, and what the current energy flow is in a situation before you start casting on it. Otherwise, you could run into obstacles and unintended consequences and things like that. If you just start, if we start throwing magic at something and we don't really know what the energy is, or if, emotions are high and we want to whatever, hex the patriarchy, it's good to do divination for that kind of thing, especially if we are taking on a big project like, the one I just mentioned. So that's what the Spellwork consultation is for. And I like to use this photo because it's good energy in that photo. All right, so now we are going to pack up the Yuletide Solstice oil. This oil, here we go right here. It's the concentrated version of the candle. It does have some of the same fragrance notes in it, but what it has that the candle doesn't have is more botanicals inside the oil itself. But like I said before, the candle is infused with this oil, and so the essence of the botanicals is already inside the candle, in addition to the orange slice, the cinnamon stick, and the star anise that I did attach to the candle jar. So you're going to wrap this one up pretty and put a sticker. Let's see what sticker we are feeling for this one. I feel like I want more stickers. I want more colors, more options. Let's do another Morrigan sticker. There we go. Okay, so there's the Yuletide Solstice oil. So this is the one, one of two that I am also really excited to be sending out. This is a Pluto in Aquarius ritual oil. I have named it Ice Queen because it uses the element of ice in the astrological formula. It's an astrological formula for banishing, for removing, for ending, and for healing. Healing the deep, dark places in our subconscious and our unconscious. And sometimes in order to do that, we have to remove toxic emotions and things like that so that we can have clarity, so that we can have mental presence. And also, not only is it good for healing and cleansing, it is also top tier for banishing, okay? We are talking Pluto levels of banishing, like banishing to the abyss of Pluto's iciness, all right? So there's a lot of botanicals in this particular oil that freezes, that removes, that constricts, that binds. And this oil has been tested and trialed before I even decided to offer it for sale. And I've used it, others have used it, and we have found collectively that it is excellent against stalkers. It is excellent against narcissists. It is excellent against people who are getting in your way for absolutely no reason, even unsavory, criminal, dangerous types, because you know what? That happens, okay? And it removes even the most like insidious types of enemies. It can remove curses and spell work. And kind of what it does in the formula is it takes the target and it freezes the target. And after the target is frozen, then it starts to cut off and remove the support systems that are allowing the target to be toxic and spread toxicity. And after those support systems are removed, you can kind of think of it as like an energetic web that crumbles around them. So they can't really do anything and they can't influence the situation anymore to cause any more harm. It's also excellent for bullies in this way and group bullying. And after those support systems have been frozen and pretty much destroyed by frost, then the removing and the pulling happens. And the pulling happens out of your energy and or whatever the energy of the recipient is, and it takes the invading energy and removes it to a place where it can no longer cause harm or influence the recipient in any way. So it is pretty strong. Like, it's not just you stick somebody in the freezer because they pissed you off at the grocery store. It's nothing like that. It's for removing. It's for deep work. And it's also something that I cannot necessarily remake exactly the same because I make it during astrological transit times. So this original Ice Queen oil, I made it when we were moving into Pluto and Aquarius for the very first time this last year during Aquarius season. So it was really cold out, and I used botanicals that were grown in winter, frozen in winter, and I used all of that to create this. And also within each of these, there's a little tiny quartz wand, which I called an ice wand, which helps to amplify this energy and point the formula of Ice Queen at the target and the intended recipient of the energy. And this is Ice Queen Solar Eclipse. It is essentially the exact same formula as the original Ice Queen. There's also a new version of this Ice Queen that I am probably going to be listing this week. It is Ice Queen Scorpio edition because Pluto moved back into Aquarius this year during Scorpio season. And that one's going to be fun. That one has a little bit of belladonna oil in it, to give it some real Scorpio vibes. But I won't talk about that one too much here. I do want to show you this one and see if I can. Yeah, there we go. If you can see in there is a quartz point inside of it. You hear that? That's the quartz point. And so it's essentially Ice Queen, but this one was blessed in a solar eclipse ritual in April of this year when there was a solar eclipse in Aries. And I was lucky enough that the solar eclipse happened like right over my house. And so I was able to be outside for this and to call in those energies and infuse those energies into this Ice Queen formula. Now, what that does to this formula, you know, we had a wintry formula before. This one is now fire and ice because Aries is ruled by Mars. It is more of an aggressive war-like energy, a fiery sort of energy. And with the solar eclipse, we've also got hell of fire. Okay, so this one is a little bit more malefic than the original formula. It doesn't necessarily have to be used for malefic purposes, although it can. You know, if we're dealing with someone or groups of someone's who are threatening us in any way, the fact of the matter is you got to do what you got to do. It's either your well-being or somebody else. And if you have had to make the decision to cut someone out of your energy, or to do something to stop them in an energetic way, that can be a hard decision, especially if you're someone who likes to live in compassion. It can be hard, but like I said, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Now, other than like eclipsing someone out of your energy, it's like, you know, a solar eclipse is fast, okay? It creates change, it creates waves. So this one is a little bit more fast moving than the other, but they both move pretty quickly, I would say, as far as formulas go. This one is also really good for creating changes within the self, specifically related to self-empowerment and ambition and leadership. This one can help you remove the things that are holding you back from stepping into roles of leadership and sovereignty. If you're starting your own business or if you are called to lead others in any way, maybe on social media as an influencer or whatever the case may be, this one it's pretty good for that. All right, so we are going to tape this one up. I am just loving these bubble wrap pocket thingies. And I'm going to check this order because there's a lot of stuff in it to make sure I got everything. And then we'll move on to adding the freebies. Okay. I'm going to pen cap in my mouth. All right. So for this one, yes, we have a Morrigan candle. We've got a Bive candle. We have a 1/2 ounce of Mercury retrograde oil. We've got that Florida water. We've got the Yuletide solstice candle. We've got the Yuletide solstice oil, the 1/2 ounce. We've got the set of Ice Queen. Hell yeah. And now, because this is such a big order, I'm going to add extra freebies and I'm going to show you what goes into that. Okie dokie. So we're going to put that down. So I have these quartz points. These are also in the Ice Queen bottles, but these in particular are from the solar eclipse. So these were on my outdoor altar right as the solar eclipse was happening. And so I am going to find a nice big chunky one and I'm going to include it in this order because this customer ordered both Ice Queens and also Ice Queen Solar Eclipse specifically. So let's see, which one do we want? I think I am thinking this piece right here is pretty long and pretty thick. So I think I'm going to take that one right there. Yes. Want to make sure to give her a good one. Okay, here we go. So this will be a nice piece to put on an altar and for when this customer is working with Ice Queen. So I am going to take my little baggie and I'm going to put this in here. Okie dokie. We'll put that right here and we are going to put that right here next to Ice Queens. Okay, here we go. And now I'm also going to include 3 different tea lights because like I said, this is a higher dollar order. And so I want to give the freebies, definitely. I'm also going to include for a freebie this full moon tea light, as I did with the previous order. And although this customer ordered a Morrigan vigil candle, I'm still going to include one of my last Morrigan tea lights as well as a Bive tea light, because I just want to say a little extra thank you. Let me see if these will all fit in the bag. Will they? No. Okay. So we are going to put Bive over here. Go put that here, and we'll put Bives in here with my business card, which those are somewhere. Here we go. Here we go. Business card. I'm going to stick that in here so that this customer gets some good freebies. All right, I'm going to write a little note on the packing slip, and then we will taper up. All right, this is my little thank you note for this order. Thank you so much for your order. I'm so excited for you to try my new products, especially Ice Queen. I included a Solar Eclipse quartz point from April 2024, full moon tea light, Morrigan and Bive tea light, blessings cat. So we will go ahead and put that in. There we go. And then I'm going to make sure that this one specifically is like hella bubble wrap, because this is so much glass. All right, so we've got it taped up. Now we are going to add fragile stickers galore to this. Let me grab those and my magic mail stickers. Okie dokie. So packing slip is going to go right here. So I'll put a magic mail sticker right here. And we want whoever picks this up to be able to look right there at the packing slip and scan it and see, bam, fragile. Okay. Fragile. Fragile. There we go. I find that USPS is really good about handling my glass candles. I have never had a problem with them over, the years that I have been making and sending these. However, the fragile stickers I've been using for just as long, so maybe it's the fragile stickers that are really helping them know to handle these with some care. All right, let's add another cute little kitty. Let's add a cute kitty on this side. Okay. There we go. All right, so that is pretty much it for today. Our workstation is a lot messier than it was when we first began, and we also got a surprise order in between everything. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on today. It's good catching up with y'all. Let me know how you're doing down in the comments and what you want to see next on my channel. I plan on doing another video later this week. I'm thinking about making that video a ritual video and how to use how to do a banishing type of ritual, maybe using some Ice Queen for that. And I'm sure that you all would like a reading as well. So let me know down in the comments if one or both of those sounds good to you. And I will see you all next time. Much love. Bye.